Hey everybody. I say everybody all the time, but being a brand new channel kind of makes me laugh a little bit. But if you are returning for another dose, you. If you're new, welcome. So I had a whole plan today to do more of a structured video than I've been doing, all about unemployment and kind of providing some tips on if you're new to unemployment or you've been at it for a little bit and you're trying to, wonder what other people do for job searches or, some tips for job searching. Because, all those YouTube gurus, they're always saying your channel needs to have some sort of purpose, some sort of direction. You gotta have a niche. I always hear that. Niche, 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 niche. Most important thing. This channel doesn't really have one. I mentioned in the very first video. I guess I'm the niche, maybe. Not a very good niche. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I was gonna do a video a little more structured, a little more scripted. Not really scripted, just I had some notes on a little sticky. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do a grief video instead, as the title will say, not to mislead anybody. A little bit of background here. What I do, I actually go to the cemetery. And if you are new to this channel, I kind of realized I might throw you for a little bit of a loop here. Just watch the first video real quick. My wife passed away a few months ago. And this whole channel is just kind of my reinvention myself. But what I do, I go to the cemetery, I come here. I do the videos, these videos. I started the channel because of her, for her kind of thing. Always talked about it. So I'm sure some of you are wondering, well, how the heck can you go from the cemetery straight into shooting a video? I'll explain that in a bit, but this channel is because of her. Always talked about it, and so when I'm at the cemetery, amongst various things, I let her know what I'm going to be doing, video I'm going to be shooting coming up and whatnot. So, I was going to do the whole unemployment thing and job search and whatnot. But as I mentioned before too, channel is a journey channel. There is such a thing, I guess. Very raw. I don't know. Just recording it all and see what happens. But at the cemetery, we just had one of those solid breakdowns. Not those of you who lost somebody close, where you can relate. And I just threw the whole day off. But I'll save that video for later. I'm gonna shoot from the hip here. So talk about grief, because grief it's always there. It's always there. And I'm about 3 months in, not quite. It'll be 3 months next week. And I'm sure people wonder, and I am out on a walk here if you're new. It is very muddy, so navigating around some pretty solid mud spots here, along with snow for that matter. But oh boy, oh, here's a mess. Get back on the trail here. Okay, so for those of you out there, I'm guessing you can relate, although I do believe grief is a very singular experience, unique to each person going through it. So at least for me, I'm able to compartmentalize, I guess, events. Super Bowl party. You go, you have a good time, laughing, talking to people. Like I said, for me, I guess part of my brain just goes to a different spot. I get through the event. You know, that's not fair to the people that are there and they're hosting the event. I'm not getting through it. I'm actually enjoying myself too. I really am. And I'm sure to the people there, they also think, they must be thinking, well, shoot, Vince, I'm pretty good. Doing this pretty well. Glad to see he's, moving forward and whatnot. What they don't see, is at times you're alone. You're alone with your thoughts. And during those times, you can just kind of have breakdowns, meltdowns. I'm at the point where I can kind of control what's going to happen. Like, kind of feel something coming on. Like, shift the brain again, I guess. But I mean, there's at a grocery store and certain product triggers a memory, and then you start to feel the waterworks coming. Man breaking down aisle 17. But for the most part, I'm able to control those parts or those emotions. I'm curious. I assume if you clicked on this video, you're dealing with grief or you're just curious, I guess. But happened to you too? I mean, are you able to, get through events and other things for the most part, get through your day, I guess? But then you get side-blinded. Is that a word? Side-blinded? Blindsided? Wow. Whatever that is. By a memory or something. And it's just tough. And it goes without saying, the cemetery is just a whole other experience. I've yet to get through a cemetery visit without some sort of breakdown. Today's was ugly, as I was saying. It was a really good one today. And I just couldn't do the unemployment or video. I did want to bring up the whole grief thing. For those of you dealing with it too. I've been having a lot of dreams lately too about her. It's weird. Immediately after, I'd say it probably went a few weeks before I had any dream. I was wondering, something wrong with me. One thing I quickly learned, a lot of people told me, but I also dealing with this too, or deal with grief, or have dealt with grief. There is no wrong. You just go through it because you have to. But anyway, I have a lot of dreams lately. It might be because our anniversary is coming up here next week. But these dreams are just so. The very first dream I had, where it was just so real that she was there and back. When I first woke up from it, I was pretty angry because it was just a dream. But then I was thankful, actually, and grateful. Because in the dream world, that's the a minute. Gonna let this roll. Okay, in the dream world, that's the only place that I'll be able to see her again. It's like I was saying, I was thankful once I, kind of sat back and realized that. So, if you're out there and you're dreaming your lost loved one and you do get angry too, try to think of it that way, that you should get to see them again. And the dream I had last couple of nights, 2 nights ago, was a strange one. We were able to, in the dream, she was there and I couldn't believe it. And I went up to her and just kind of like touching her shoulder and back. It's like, oh, you're here. And she's like, don't worry. I won't die this time. Somehow in the dream world, we rewound time back to November. And we're going to prepare ourselves for what happened in December and prevent it from happening. Like I said, the surface, when you would wake up from that, it could really probably piss you off. Like, damn, you can't rewind time. But it was a good dream. So I did get to touch her again, and we did talk. I know it's all in my head, but it's still a good dream. Like I said, I'm just shooting from the hip here. Figured I'd put up this first grief video, like I mentioned before. It's a journey channel. I don't know if that exists, but putting it all up there. And maybe 50 years from now, well, heck, I'm not gonna live another 50 years. It'll be almost 100. Well, you never know. But maybe this channel will only be for me to reflect on, which is fine. So let me know if those of you out there are going through some tough times, and if you are, hang in there. I'm fairly new to this, about 3 months in. Hang in there. If you're looking for some strategies, like I was saying, just try to switch your brain to off, over, and left, and up, and then back right into a different event to get through it. And again, getting through it, to me, it just kind of feels like you're shortchanging the people hosting the event and the other people there. Really do have a good time. It is possible. And I've had plenty of good times in the past 3 months with friends and family. Like I said, it's just those times alone. Sometimes I get you. And for me, it's really in the evening. For whatever reason, the evenings are just a little bit worse, a little bit harder to get through. But as I said before, you get through it because you have to. So thanks again. If you're following my little journey/journal channel here, if you are returning, I really do appreciate it. If you're new, welcome, and thanks again for tuning in. As I said in the last few videos, I do appreciate your time. Time is extremely precious. So the few minutes you spend here watching these, I don't know what you call these videos, Vincent videos, it's appreciated. All right, signing off here. Thanks, guys. I'll see you all in another video.